Okay. We're all set. Let's go.
When I was little, me and my brothers used to spend hours chasing each other through the Merkberry fields. Don't think a day went by I didn't have a skinned knee or a bleeding elbow.
Oh, we did that sometimes. Only my brother usually had a hand in the bleeding.
He older or younger than you? Either way, I bet he's just as strapping.
Older. Was older. Then Raid Sarah's invaded.
Oh, of course, it's gone, but I'm so sorry.
Can't take any of those. Oh. Well, that's fortunate. Step now, stamp is water. Oh, let's see what,
You return.
yes, see what you have.
A friend of the Principe is always a welcome in my emporium. What would you like to buy today?
Let me see what you have. Says pale hide, eager blade, can't afford it. Wow. Minor healing, we'll take that. I think we picked up some more junk. I won't need that. Keep down the junk. Flint and tinder. Sharp piece, okay. Take that. Okay, so I want to do a little crafting. I want to see what elements we need for healing. So I need mother of pearl and Rawi pods and some solution. Alright, Rawi pods and solution.
You return. What would you like to buy today?
Ingredients. Solution. Oh. Let's see if she has potions. It's always good to have potions.
So our charted routes were destined to cross again. Anything in my
Yes.
trove, Cat?
Let's see what you have. Piercing strike, major healing. Thank you very much. I'll take that off your hands. Indeed. guard wouldn't have that concussion bomb. Can't carry that. Okay, let's get out of here. What's down here? Can you believe there's an empty seat? Oh, these are just...
I've got it.
Despite appearances, the stack of luminous objects contain only brightly colored sand. Who's this? Oh, another guard. This gilded armor is ceremonial in nature and of no use. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna steal from this lady. I like her. Miss Castilla. Everyone speaks of. Yeah, I'm not gonna steal from her. Try not to steal from the vendors. Particularly the ones I do business with. Berna.
Repeat customer. I like your type. What can I stock you up with today?
Let's see, I need some potions. Got them? Nothing. You have ingredients, though. I think I need to go see Rasanella for my ingredients. Namely, I'm looking for a solution. Okay. I see.
A repeat customer. What can I stock you?
What do you have? So you just have those things, type of things.
If it's a
Rasanella.
drink you're wanting, I got enough grog stock to drown a shark. Food's another story. What are
Right.
you having? I'll pour you a double.
Why didn't you try Andres Bile earlier?
I did tell you the list of ingredients, eh? He'll have stuff dribbling out of both ends for a week. Maybe two if he's really unlucky.
Point. Okay, so let me see what you have. Okay, Whale's Wind? What's that? Oh, it's a drink. Okay. What ingredients do you have? Okay, so she's just selling. I better get some of
If
that.
it's a drink you're wanting, I got enough grog stock to drown. What are you
No
having?
grog. Let me have the water, please. I'll take all of it. Never mind. Okay, let's see. I keep that in my personal. No, I can't put in my personal inventory for some reason. Peculiar dice. Moderate health. I like to keep my warriors kicking. Yes, I do. Keep the front line guys kicking. Potion of cleansing. Put that in this personal inventory. Put that in this personal inventory. I'm just gonna keep that there. You don't goo anyone ain't good outside combat. Alright. So put that there. Put that there. Okay. Let's go where we haven't gone yet. And that would be here. Balefire's Beacon. Very good, very good. All right. What do we have here? Who do we have here? I hear they're calling me the Consuelo, Miss Vita, blah blah. To I Pim.
Much ado to you, Casita.
Captain Florence's sweeping bow. When he bends forward, a golden solonet slips from his collar to dangle on the end of his chain. Tucks it away as it straightens, but not before you notice the etching on the front side. Marks him as the third chair, a Consuela Mace Castias.
If you are looking for Furrante, he is presiding over the Consuelo from his chair. You will find it seated in the center of the chambers ahead. Okay. Elsewise, how might I be of assistance?
Tell me about the Consuela Mace Castias.
Yes, our council of captains.
Dips his head towards the semicircle. The elaborately ornate chairs lie on the other side of the room.
There are 7 seats on the Consuelo, each occupied by a high-ranking captain within the Principe. Seat holders convene to vote on a variety of issues concerning the Principe's well-being. To claim a seat, a captain must have substantial backing and sufficient power, both politically and physically. Furrante, the last Marcheso, holds the highest ranking seat because the most ships in our entire fleet have pledged loyalty to his flag. As you can guess, the Sea Wolf, Aldis, commands the second most numerous fleet of ships. As such, she is the second chair and I am the third. Perhaps you would like to attend the proceedings when the Consuelo next convenes. You have my ear, Casita. Of what do you wish to discuss today?
Why do you speak like a Valian? Captain Archer's dark
I met
brow.
Furrante decades ago. Many years I sailed as his first mate before building my own humble fleet.
With an affected shrug, he sweeps a hand to indicate the room.
When in the Principe, do as the Valians do.
Let's see.
Unless, of course, you have no care for tradition or the continued sustainability of our way of life, like some filthy new blood.
Is there somewhere or someplace I should avoid while in the dunnage?
You may have noticed a divide between old blood and the new, by which I mean those who descended from or otherwise hold old Valia in grand esteem, and the varied and often uncouth recruits we have since brought into the fold. I assure you, the latter was supremely by necessity, though perhaps I'm ill-equipped to throw stones. As a casita of some repute, you will be most welcome in the king's coffin. But you should watch yourself throughout the radiant court.
I want for a seat on the console of Mace showing in Benwith's cylinder.
The Consuelo will need to vote on it. But with your reputation, and if you vanquished Benwith, as appears to be the case, I do believe you are the most qualified to take his place. I will speak with Furrante so that he may consider the matter further.
Okay. Well. Who am I here to see anyway? Furrante. Oh, Captain Furrante.
Ah, Watcher. Good. You have arrived.
Chin jutting up for a gigantic wisdomless smile. Left cheek dimples as the smile spreads to show teeth.
A little seabird informs me that you have dealt with our mutual problem. The scoundrel Benweth.
Indeed. His eyes glint, a fierce grin cuts across his face and lone dimple deepens.
Gelarde. For this you have my grandest commendation.
Okay, defiant. He had it coming.
That he did.
Furrante
Indeed.
strokes his fingers down the lion's jaw.
And as promised, I have prepared for you a fine prize.
Ooh. I've been given a Principe Code of Protection. Lovely.
However, there is another matter of which we must now speak. I must confess to you a bit of a problem has arisen. One which speaks to your expertise with the supernatural. We've sighted the floating hangman that haunts the Deadfire.
The Darkozy family was the royal lineage of Grand Balia. Darkozy Palladini was founded to guard the crown family in his palace circa 800 Adirian invasion. Though both Palladini and the family were scattered during the collapse of the Grand Balia, even 2 centuries later, each still persists to a less sovereign but impressively affluent means. I've read accounts of an undead ship that flies the Darkozy flag, yes.
It would seem I have undervalued you, Watcher. I will not mince words, as you undoubtedly know what we are up against.
Right.
This galleon, what likely remains of the Fonferros, is a frightful legend.
Meaning iron strength. The Fonsferros is the Grand Valian's galleon that the Darkozy paladin Lucia Ribbon used to flee the burning palace when charged to protect the royal family's sword. Okay.
We have been losing ships at sea, amico. And not to those Valera ship-hunting bastards. I believe the floating hangman may be our culprit.
Okay.
Fortune favors us, as I have procured a survivor from such a recent sinking. You will consider what she has to say.
Head craning both his sidebarks louder.
Come forth, Selenia. Quickly now, or I will run rivers of your lethargic blood.
sun-blistered and raw-boned. The pirate regards you with both a discerning glare. She tongues a chapped bottom lip but keeps quiet.
Well, spit it out, Selenia, and try not to embarrass me before our guest.
Of course, Captain. It might have pretty hard near the end, but I spit the tale as best as I can.
Pirate touches a spot on the base of her skull and winces. Glances off to the side, eyes black and full of hurt. Furrante sighs and rubs tired.
Go on, gent. I'm ready as I'm like to get me.
Okay. Try not to press you to remember more than we absolutely need.
You aren't quite what I expected, Watcher. You're kinder than most.
Selenia pointedly avoids Furrante's gaze, grabbing hands scrubbing at her mouth.
Saw my old crew slaughtered me, my best mates, and even a few I hated. They weren't but blood and meat in the end.
Okay.
It branded the back of my eyes that moment. High seas, nothing but blue all around. Then, mist so thick you could taste it. Ships sailed from within, out of nowhere. Was a hunt, not for loot, but for bodies. The ship, it looked...
She grips at her hip, but there's nothing there. Fingers fumbling at air, she bares her teeth.
Rotted. The crew, they were all undead. Couldn't stop them from boarding. Couldn't kill them. Couldn't even fight them in the end.
Tell me about them, the undead.
They were dreadful. Some were clothed, like maybe they'd only recently died. Others weren't more than moving bones.
Okay.
One was different. Her presence was overwhelming.
Lucia.
Heavy. Flames burned in the place of her eyes.
Yeah, it reminds me of Lord Roderick.
The crew shambled hard to do her bidding, even the ones who seemed hardly aware. Figured she was the captain, me.
Shrugs, gazes going far away.
There is a flag the floating hangman flies. A flag that once heralded the Fonferros of Old Valia. It belonged to our Darkutsi paladin of some legend, one Lucia Rival.
Isn't she on my list?
But Selenia's knowledge is limited in this regard. Let us instead ask her of a subject she may know.
How were you taken by surprise on the open sea?
Me and my crew were adept. Alert. Always. No. Weren't no one gonna get the jump on us.
Okay.
Was some magic foul. Just sudden like, the winds died, the waters fell flat and the air got heavy. They turned sky and the sea both against us.
Sounds like you could have used the storm singer.
Then this thick fog roiled up at midday. Without a sound, the Spectre ship
Okay.
skimmed right out. It was too late. We couldn't outsail it.
Okay, when did this happen? Ruffles the hair through his short hair scowls.
Dunno me. Drifted for days, maybe longer. Kept winking in and out after I ran out of drink.
Oh, Lord.
One of mine found her no more than a week ago. Malnourished, dehydrated. The poor girl was scarcely able to speak.
Sure.
Well, I'm more than able to gavel now, aren't I? Could sail, too. No, you got no reason to keep me.
Puts her hand over the softness of his shirt. Again, her hand hesitates close to her hip. Fabric crinkled there where a pistol might normally be strapped. Muscle ticks in Furrante's jaw, but otherwise ignores her. She's used to threatening people with a pistol.
Perhaps there is something else you wish to ask of our guest before she departs from us.
How did you survive the attack?
Calling me Craven?
No.
Sure, I am.
She rubs at the back of the neck, rough like she needs to be hurt.
Took a knock-in and I was out for a while. When I came to, they were eating Ganasco, our steward. I dropped a dinghy and rode for it. Don't know why they didn't give chase. Don't much care, me.
That'll be all. Selena cuts a glance at Furrante for confirmation. When he dismissively waves her away, her black eyes narrow and she raises her chin defiant. But then, he turns his full gaze to her, suddenly seething. She sinks in on herself. is shaking out her sides, sparkling trees.
She belongs to Aldis, who undoubtedly will come to claim her soon. But that is a problem for another time.
Who the hell is Aldis? That's unnecessary, Captain Furrante.
One moment, Watcher.
Darn be damned, Captain. I believe you told Selenia, spin it out already. He grins wild and roguish.
Allow me to cut to the heart of it.
Okay.
Lucia Revan, whose flag flies atop our spectral ship, was a Dakotsi paladin who died more than 200 years ago. It is my hope that uncovering the details regarding dear Revan's fate in life may illuminate the nature of her undeath and how to defeat her galleon.
Right, that makes sense.
Unfortunately, the only soul who could possibly shine more light on our situation lies buried deep within Neketaka.
You talking about Akramir?
One Iser the Berethian, now well rotted, I presume.
Huh? Who's this Ysmir the Varathian? She a priest?
Regrettably, I know little but this. He was an Ediran warrior priest of
Right.
Berath, and a significantly fervent one, if tales are to be believed. He chased our Dakotsi to the Deadfire, hunting her to, well, to her death. Shortly after slaughtering our brave paladin, the priest died, possibly of sickness,
Festering
or
battle
perhaps
wound.
from a festering battle wound.
Got a hold of
He
that.
was entombed in honor of his service to Berath in Neketaka's sacred stair.
Do you know anything more about Lucia Livin?
By all accounts, our Revan was a Darkotsi paladin who sailed to the Deadfire in order to safeguard a royal weapon of Old Valia.
Right.
She is the epitome of Grand Valia, of magnificence, honor, and duty. Living or undead, she strives still to serve her charge. And yet, we know not why, but a Berethian priest called Isir opposed our Revan, and fiercely. They fought to the death, Revans to be precise, in this very archipelago. Along with her life, Revan lost the sword she had sworn to protect.
Traces a dreary line down his jaw.
It has, lamentably, remained unfindable since. I believe it may be why she searches the seas yet.
I've heard of that sword. That's one has it. Take it you have a plan.
Indeed, I do. Though I and mine cannot so openly venture to the depths of Neketaka, nor can we commune with the dead.
Right.
You, Watcher, are adept in both of these areas. Correct.
Correct.
You must search the temple of Berath on Neketaka's sacred stair. Izir's tomb within it should contain a chronicle for how and where he slayed our paladin, Revan.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Gelarde, do return when you've any lead that may navigate us to where the floating hangman anchors.
Okay.
I will be waiting.
I had one more question.
Gelarde, such a solace it is to see you again.
Questions regarding Prince.
Who better to ask than the first chair and highest rank on the Consuelo, Mescasitas? Ak, what is it you wish to know?
Who are the Principi Sempratena?
We are a magnificent but largely landless people.
Right.
So we have come to own the sea.
Right.
To survive, we must seize prosperity where we can. Hence, we're oft labeled as pirates, smugglers, merchants of illicit trade, or mercenaries. It will not always be so, but it is for now. Ak, what is it you wish to know?
Principi's heritage is Old Valiant.
Indeed, Aimiko. You are correct in this assessment.
Right. So you're the refugees from Old Valiant.
We are descended from refugees who fled during Old Valia's decline. They sailed the eastern reach to the Deadfire.
Right.
But they did not settle the islands. Today, even, our shipboard life continues. Ak, what is it you wish to know?
Dunwich is rather interesting. Who first put it together?
What matters is not who they were, Casita. Only that we took it from them.
His grin is shark like, all teeth
But
violence.
as you are curious, I will tell you this. The architecture of Balefire Beacon suggests dwarven craftsmanship. My own research into the island upon which I established Dunwich paints these ruins in a picture of blood and agony. Whatever dwarves sought to make their refuge here were exterminated by a crush of naga tidal waves and great sea monsters all at once. Fortuitously for us, Ondra shelters her loyal sailors more than wayward mountain dwarves. Ark, what is it you wish to know?
Okay.
Come, let us share a fine conversation.
Chris, no,
Amico,
a little more.
do you know how I have lived so long in this life of piracy?
Probably by not asking questions.
It is not by blabbing all of my secrets to anyone who asks.
I'm sure.
Amico, it is not by blabbing all of my secrets to anyone who asks. Prosperity
Alright.
be with you.
So that was no. Alright, so there's. Let's go up here. Can we? Who the hell is Aldi's anyway? What's up here? Oh, to the tower. Yeah, let's take a look at it. Oh, let's take a look at it. Something to see, no doubt. Something to see, no doubt. Who do we have here? They said a gentleman of leisure. Hello? Ado, Captain. No one to talk to. Wind blows hard today. Rust tinges this iron cage, shades of ochre. I don't want to do that. Gusts of wind rise from below to smell the beacon fires. Wow, this is pretty high. Looking closer at the crow's cage. Bird droppings, yeah. Usual. Oh, nothing to see there. Captain Brutal Benwith is inscribed in the back of this chair. Captain Evilar. Seems like a really dumb thing to do.
Worth a look.
Ooh, yes it is. Gold. No. Yeah, just not gonna do it. It's not worth to the streets of Dunnage, yeah.
Aloth, is there any way you can bring Islamir back?
The whole point of suppressing her was to keep her out of my head.
I miss her impressions. She could do this one of you.
Which she did over and over.
Was real good, though. She could do all your twitching, your squeaky voice when you got nervous.
I need to rest up. I can't rest up here. For a little rest, we can take out this damn ogre. Little rest. Yes, I can believe it.
What can I do for you?
Ran into a friend of yours, Edmund the Fox.
No friend of mine. Let me guess. He claimed I recruited you and that I'm coming out of retirement.
Yep.
I don't know why no one ever believes me when I tell them that I've put that life behind me. Especially since I tend to kill him after. In any case, I suspect old weasel-faced Eamon didn't survive his encounter with you. Dumb bastard never did know when to back down.
Yeah, he's dead.
What do you want?
Got something for somebody. Got something for somebody. Yeah, I think we got a little something for somebody now. Kill Torkor.
Something I can do. Good thinking. Yeah? Yeah? Huh? Something I can do?
Yeah, let's get this party started.
Need something stronger.
Let's get this party started, bitch. Time to get this party started. Time to get this party started. No uses left. Oh crap! They limited. Oh my gosh! They limited the bloody. Oh, what a bunch of crap, man! Sorry, they changed that from the first game. It.
Lava will be on seek.
Well, I missed. No, never mind.
not very helpful.
Happy to oblige. Dropping like flies.
I need some help.
Damn.
Rebirth awaits me.
Damn.
Yes?
Yeah.
About taxed my limit.
Freaking dog tax your limit, fool. dog. Damn. Well, I didn't expect that. Okay, let's head back. Let's hear her out.
My favourite scuttler! Ain't we in business yet?
Where do your bounties come from? Take spy from out its waist, sighing through her nose.
Better if you don't ask.
Why
Because
not?
the Deadfire's in a big, ugly power play, it is. And not everyone gets quartered for being in the game.
Let's see.
One captain, she's a piece, standing 20 rounds distant from the real players. Another, he's a means to some unknowable end. Who's to say why they both need to die? And the type of clients he pays for the red worker scuttling. They don't blow the gaff to the elf.
Bounties,
You would
yeah.
be fast friends, I did.
Have
You'll be
some-
looking to scuttle Cornu first, one of Rowatai's finest, eh? I don't ask my client what he did or what scale his death balance is. Safer to keep questions in the hold.
I'll pass on bounties.
Suit
for now.
yourself, scuttler. Come back when your pockets have lightened some. Knew we'd be fast friends. You'll be looking to scuttle Cornu first. Suit
Alright.
yourself, scuttler.
Right. Received the important missive, Captain Aldi's. So, you had a little run-in with Benny. Then you dragged it to my doorstep. Well, he was there. You could have wiped your feet before you stomped in, but I digress. I know what you did, I know who you are, and unlike my unfortunately blockheaded second in command, I recognize the threat when it smacks me upside the head. So, this is me, Captain Aldi's, commander of the God's darn New Blood Principe, leader of the second largest fleet pirates in the God-Drekken Deadfire, inviting you, a terrifyingly powerful and strange watcher, come and meet with me on the strictest parley at Fort Deadlight. Which is to say, I promise not to gut you when you arrive for dinner and drinks. Looking forward to having a little heart-side chat. I would like to offer you a partnership of the most glorious variety. I scratch your back and you got my enemies from hip to jaw. We laugh at their deaths. Hold a bottle of the finest rum. Oh, when you come, bring some candied apples. Your newest and dearest friend. P.S. This is not a trap. Well, I'm not quite sure about all this pirate work. Yeah, I'm no shape to do that. Sure as me it's not a trap. Yeah, for now, I'm not really interested in doing work for these guys. These guys are pirates. That's not who I am. The lantern is gone. So let's get back on task. I'm willing to go after this guy. Search Queen's Birth. Where's Queen's Birth at? Tell you what. We're getting back on task. Yeah, we're not going to be doing that for a while. Getting back on task. And going to Nekataka. Back on task. Whoa. Well. Let's see. We have water. We have food. Let's set sail for Nekataka. Game pause.
The ring of a bell comes to you on a cold wind. The ring comes again and again, until soon the air is full with the sound of 1,000,000 bells ringing all at once. You are alone. And then you are not.
Oh, so it's the court of the gods, court of stars.
An indistinct figure stands before you, flickering between forms like a fire-cast shadow. A fixed, taunting grin, bottomless black eyes, a yawning chasm in the earth. The aspects of Berith, the Usher and the Pallid Knight, shift in and out of focus.
The ancient Gwithans transformed into gods.
And at their back, 4 indistinct shades hover. You feel an eternity stretch out behind each of them, reaching back to places so distant and yet so near you cannot comprehend their size. The shifting image of Berith settles on the aspect of the Pallid Knight.
Watcher.
Her voice is the discordant clangor of gongs struck out of time.
I tasked you to discover Aethys's intentions. Tell me what you have learned.
Strange souls from veins of luminous Adra.
The Pallid Knight knits her brows.
He does not seek to return to the beyond? Intriguing.
Her sickly pale skin pulls tight across the bones of her face, as if the shell of this aspect does not quite fit the impossible creature it contains. The figure nearest Berith dissolves and reforms in the image of a thin-lipped ancient crone, whose face has felt the melting kiss of fire. The goddess Wodica strides forward.
Does Aethys frighten you, Berith? He should. Magran subdued Aethys's influence once before, and yet he returned.
From out of Wodica's shadow shuffles a hunched, bald man you recognize as the god Scan. His skin is mapped with swollen lash scars, and breath whistles through the ragged hole in his face, where his nose once was. He does not speak, but stares up at Wodica, with naked loathing plain on his ruined face. Wodica steeples her long, knob-jointed fingers.
We must annihilate Aethys now, before he makes a rash decision we cannot easily annul.
She casts a sly look at the Pallid Knight from the corners of her eyes.
A moon would do the job nicely.
A moon, another moon. That's Lady Andres. Given her relationship with the moon, I doubt Andre would approve of that plan.
Boudica throws her head back and laughs. The sound is a dry, rasping bark.
Andra could do with a new act. Her current one has grown rather stale.
Where are the other gods?
They see to their own affairs. You will speak to them in time, should you have the need.
Well, there's Hyalea. She's a friend of mine. Hyalea.
The figure beside the aspect of Bareth flows forward in a swirling cloud of ash.
You're a deceiver, Mogren.
The ash falls to the tiles and reveals a molten-skinned woman, leaning on a monstrous, wicked-edged broadsword. Mogren's glowing lips curl in disdain.
We must find a solution to the problem of Aethys that is neither do nothing, nor destroy the world. I acted in haste during the Saints' War. You will not goad me into doing the same now.
She tricked you, Mogren. Or you did it willingly.
To move against him while his plans are unknown would be the height of foolishness. We must find wisdom in precaution.
What kind of precautions do you suggest, Lady Mogren?
Mogren looks at you as one might a wayward gob of spit on one's shoe.
It is no business of yours what the gods decide.
I'd say it is.
Another of the silent figures steps forward, and the warm, golden light of a summer's afternoon spills across your face.
Let's all take a deep, calming breath. Perhaps cooler heads will prevail.
Behind Helia's words, you hear the soft coo of doves.
Aethys has been separated from us for too long. Isn't it possible he intends only to gather enough souls to reclaim his realm in the beyond? He should be welcomed.
You look up then into avian eyes. Through them, you see clouds of starlings converge and divide.
I don't think he intends to betray you.
Scan shuffles forward.
Yes, yes. We should welcome Aethys' return to the fold. His gratitude we can leverage to cajole him into divulging his plot.
He lacks power, that's the reason why he talks like that.
Then, when he believes himself to be in our good graces, we do as Boudica suggests, and crush him into the earth.
Scan licks the ragged edge of his lipless mouth and grins, then turns to Helia.
These guys have no
I did not expect such a deliciously ruthless idea from you, Helia. I am impressed.
That is not her intent.
Helia's feathered crest stands on end.
You wretched little creature.
Attempting to end Aethys may only make things worse.
Your point is well made, little watcher. If self-evident, Aethys has not been known to possess a vindictive nature. Indeed, he has occasionally been magnanimous to a fault. However, if we push him to the brink of reason, there is no telling what he may do. He is, as ever, unpredictable.
Something akin to fondness creeps into her voice. The pallid knight gestures for silence.
Aethys cannot be killed, but he may be subdued. Yet to do so will take immense power and time. Both stand in his favor.
Mogren grits her black glass teeth.
That is why we must ascertain his plans before he has the chance to put them into motion.
She begins to pace. Her steps leave little trails of fire in her wake. Mogren stops and balls her hands into flaming fists.
Even if we manage to destroy his current form, there is the possibility he could return, if he has not already absorbed all of his children.
Absorbed all of his children? I don't understand. Are you telling me he's already consumed them?
The pallid night casts a cold, cutting glare in Magran's direction.
Magran speaks too freely. That knowledge is beyond your ken, Watcher.
Wodica waves the gods to silence.
Aethys gathers strength. His strength is a threat to us.
Her voice takes on a sharp, almost panicked edge.
There is no sensible answer to the question of a resurgent Aethys other than decisive, final action.
There's no cause to act now, though.
Your opinion is unasked for, but noted. We will act when it is appropriate to do so, and not before.
The pallid knight steps away from the half-circle of assembled gods. She pulls herself up to a great height. The words she speaks next come not from her mouth, but from all around you.
Follow him, Watcher.
The black of the pallid knight's irises expand until her eyes are as dark and cold as the void between stars. She bends down and brings her ghostly face level with your own.
Your debt to me remains unpaid.
I'll do what I can.
She stares at you, unblinking. Like a needle drawn to a magnet, you are pulled toward her one compulsory step at a time. You blink open your eyes and find yourself on the floor of your ship's cabin. Alone.
So you pulled the fast one on me there. Sees no piece of glass, but I've sailed far worse.
Ship life sure is an adventure, ain't it? Just think of all the places we can sail to, all the sights we could see. This is nothing like being stuck on a farm, or cloistered in the back of a temple.
Xoti rafts her sickle against her thigh as she studies the boat's layout. Satisfied by whatever she sees, she tilts her head toward you with a small smile.
Tell me what's on your mind?
How are you feeling? Have you suffered any recent nightmares?
They're there in my head when I sleep. And sometimes I can taste them on the back of my tongue like a smear of grit. Happens when I take in a particularly volatile soul.
What are you going to do?
Go madder than I already am? I don't rightly know. It's not like I can turn my back on my duty to my god, even if it kills me.
Okay. Aloth nods a quiet smile.
Sure thing, Watcher.
On it.
She's not very talkative, is she? Need something, Captain? Hi there, Captain. Aloth.
Thank you again for maintaining my story.
Oh,
in front of
right.
Vanessa
You
and
have
the
to talk.
others.
Of course. He gives you a grateful smile. It fades almost quickly as it
I
appears.
didn't enjoy deceiving them, but it seemed simpler than the alternative.
Mrs. Hoodie puffs out a heated breath. Oh. Are you still thinking about Vanessa?
I realized there could be nothing between us. But it was nice to have a friend all the same.
Okay. I thought we were friends.
You stood with me through more than anyone I've ever known.
Claps his hands together, working his fingers.
But a lot has happened over the last 5 years.
Okay, tell me.
After we parted, I set out to destroy the Leaden Key.
Right, Eder seems pleased.
It's controlled us for too long. I wanted to free Kith from it.
Sure.
So for 5 years, I've been tracking down Leaden Key circles, searching for the places where they operate in secret.
It's his brow, Zoe lifts her.
Trying to undo them.
You're doing the right thing. Don't forget it.
The task has been more difficult than I anticipated.
How so?
I don't think I fully understood the weight of the decisions I would have to make. Or the burden of living with them.
Okay.
It was much easier when I only had to follow someone else's lead. My father's, Theos's, yours.
Okay. What do you mean?
After we defeated Theos, I thought the hard part of undoing his work would be tracking down the Leaden Key's members and operations.
But?
Perhaps this would be easier with an example. Right. I went to a village in Old Evilar, a run-down backwater of a place. Centuries ago, the Leaden Key had intervened to end some heretical cult. The details were lost, but what had endured was a practice of ritual bloodletting. A gruesome, pointless tradition. At every full moon, the villagers would feed the soil with their blood. No one, young or old, sick or hale, was exempt.
What did you do?
The village priest administered the practice. Grim old fellow. Reminded me of Theos.
Raised the eyebrows.
He was a tyrant. I was certain that if the villagers were free of his influence, they'd be free from the bloodletting too.
Okay.
So I arranged for him to have an accident.
So he flicks her sickle back for agitated. Okay. Oh. Okay, and then?
The old man died, and the villagers were terrified.
Alright.
They were convinced his death was an ill omen. They blamed it, and every other mishap that befell them, on their lack of faith.
Wow.
So they began bloodletting every week, turning on their neighbors for giving too little.
Okay.
Instead of a handful dying each year, a few perished every week.
He works the edge of his sash in a tight knot, punches it between pale. Couldn't have known that would happen, Aloth. That isn't your fault.
I had to do something, didn't I?
Right? Turns you with the wide anguished eyes. Yeah, you tried to do the right thing.
I keep wondering what I might have done differently, or how I could have known better.
Well, learning from mistakes like this is a good start.
I suppose so. I should get some rest. It's been a long day, and you've given me a lot to think about.
Wait, hold on a second. You still haven't told me what the air masters have to do with any of this.
Ah, that. I'm looking for an old Leaden Key sect. I've found several references, but
okay.
I want to be sure. Please, let me go over my notes again. Then I promise I'll tell you everything.
Okay. We'll talk more then. Alright, so Aloth has a little...
Hey, this brings back some memories, huh?
Okay. What are your thoughts on Aethys in the moment?
I want the destruction to stop. I want him to finish what he's doing and then go in peace.
Right.
Only I don't see it playing out that way.
Let me ask you
if you like.
What did you do after we ended the legacy?
I like that feeling, knowing we'd stopped Theos. We were part of something big. That was something I never felt before, not even at war. Guess I went looking for it again.
Right.
Not that I wanted to tangle with gods, but something smaller. Something I thought I could manage.
Yeah.
Well, there's a group of Aethasians in Deerwood, the night market. Go around helping other Aethasians in secret.
Okay.
Sort of like the Leaden Key, guess you could say. Except not a bunch of craven lunatics.
Right.
So this one night I'm at a tavern, and this fella has a disagreement with me. Game of Orland's head he'd lost some money at.
I hate that game.
And I'm bashing his head into the target when he notices I got this pendant with a symbol of Aethys on it. So we get to talking, and it turns out he's an alright fella. Runs with the night market. And after he was feeling better a month or two later, he introduced me to some folks in the group, and they let me in.
Okay, so how did it work out?
Well, it depended. The jobs we did, I got to help a lot of folks.
Alright.
A lot of times it was helping folks get out of bad situations. Getting them set up with better ones. I like that.
Good.
But the group had problems. A lot of different ideas how to run things. Sometimes it cost the people we were trying to help. And I don't know if that was something we could have avoided, or if it was the cost of trying to fix things.
Let me ask you something
If you
else.
like.
How do you like the Deadfire?
The air is different. Especially compared to Gilded Vale, where there's more livestock than shovels.
That's for sure.
Sounds different, too. You wake up to all those bird calls, it really does sound like they're making music. If the birds woke you in Gilded Vale, it was usually a couple crows making the most horrible mating noises you ever heard. Strange thing is, I still get this feeling in me, like I wish I was home.
Yeah, so do I. Let's get going. So do I. Let's see here. Aloth, Eder, Xoti. I guess that's it. I guess we get on the way.
I've got it.
What the heck is in here? Fragments of... Despite being utterly destroyed with the devastating cat Newer, the sword known as Whispers of Yenwood once again found its way into possession of the Keep's Road Warden, albeit in pieces. It would take a smith to some talent to reforge a weapon. Right materials, however, perhaps sword could become even greater than it once was. There's my sword! The mystic blade of the catacombs was destroyed when Aethys merged from beneath the keep. The shards no longer used to anyone unless they could be reforged. Weapon may become even more than it was. Wanna cape. What's that doing in there? Oh, that cloak of protection. Oh. I'm supposed to be going in Eddard's, Okay. I guess let's get underway. Okay.